Welcome back, beautiful people. It's great to have you here. So, we've got difficult question time again. Question time, question time. What is your question time? What is your question this time? Right. How do I rate my art level? My art level? Or your art level? How should an artist grade their level of success? Wow. That's a difficult question. That is a difficult question. But then it also means, how do you rate your own success? Now, if it's basically about the meaning of success, what is success? Is it money? Is it financial gain? Is it screaming fans that wait outside your house? Taking photos of you as you walk down the street? Good morning, fans. Is that success? Is that what you mean by success? Or is it the success that you've lived your life doing something that you passionately love? See that? Happiness in your job. Happiness in your job. If that's how I would rate my success. If it's rating my success as a happiness level from what I'm doing, I'm like Brad Pitt. I'm like Julia Roberts. I am up there. I am up there. If it's just success by happiness, because every single line that I put down fills me with excitement, fills me with happiness, fills me with joy. Every single line I put a line of ink down, I look at it and I think, oh, beautiful. So, if it's a rate for happiness, I'm up there. I'm very, very, very happy. I am very successful. But how do you rate your work as an artist? Let's talk about it. Well, welcome back. I'm going to start today's drawing by adjusting my camera. There we go. Okay, I'm going to start today with talking about success, and I'm going to start with a failure, okay? This is a terrible failure from yesterday. I was trying to draw a tiger, and I was thinking about cooking sausages and whatever else I was doing, and I messed up, and I was like, and kind of span it around. So I'm going to take that big black blob, and I'm going to make something out of it to show you that even when you're failing, you can hopefully make a success out of it. I don't know if I can, but I'm going to try something. So, today's subject is success, and success for me is about happiness. It's about the enjoyment of doing what you do, and I love doing what I do. I cannot think of any job on earth that would be better than sitting and drawing all day long every day of your life. I mean, what could be better? You know, I mean, being Wonder Woman's personal assistant, yeah, okay, yeah, that comes well, that's tempting. The old Wonder Woman, not the new one. The 80s Wonder Woman. So, I'm going to have some fun. I'm going to make something out of this mess. And I think the only way to do it is probably by getting some color on it. Getting some color on black is always a great way to kind of bring some life into it, bring some excitement into it. And I'm going to start with some of this liquid draw. You know what we think about liquid draw. Beautiful inks can never get you. That's a nice start. I'm trying to think about this idea of that'll be nice once all the bubbles die off. Now the way to get rid of the bubbles is to tap underneath your drawing, but I don't want to pick it up because all the ink will run all over the place. So that's what I'm going to start with, something like that. And I'm going to start mixing up, what have we got there? Reds, Bombay Reds. Now that's a lovely idea. And I've got some white as well. Let me see if my camera's running. Yes. Good start. So I have no idea what this is going to be, but I do know that it's just going to be a bit of fun. Hopefully I'm just going to have fun and I'm going to draw some wobbly, wonky, funky teeth. Giving this man or this creature or this beast or whatever this thing ends up to be. Isn't it great? Don't I feel successful already? The fact that I'm starting my day with a smile. You know, how many people have got a job where they can smile? You know, a lot of people go through their day and by the end of the day they're like, oh man, I need a glass of whiskey and a chocolate biscuit or something. You know, it's like, wow. You know, I've got to go and put the TV on and switch my brain off. Well, not with me. I love doing what I do. I cannot do enough of it. 24 hours in one day is just not enough for somebody like me. And all I'm doing here is I'm just trying to make something from a mess, okay? This was a failure yesterday. And it actually was the last piece of my 300 paper. I've got another 500 sheets on order, but it's going to take a while. So obviously the lesson from that is that don't leave it too long to order your paper. I'm going to give him some red lips. I don't want those lips to be too kind of pretty. I want them to be... Oh. And this is Bombay. Bombay, they're very nice things. At least they give you a little kind of pipette type thing. So you can actually suck as much ink out as you want. Whereas with the liquid draw, it's like, great inks, how do you get them out of the jar? Unless you got one of those kind of little baby paintbrushes that they give you with some of the kids' paints, you know? You know those tiny little paintbrushes? Cool. Now, while that is drying, because I still don't know what I'm going to do, I kind of feel like, almost like he's a little bit like a sad clown, almost like. Sad, I don't like the idea of sad, so where have I got any blues? There's a nice blue. Oh, I love this blue. So I'm going to get some blue going on around the sides there. Oh. Did that too early, didn't you? Now you've blended all your lips into it. See, another failure. Do we care? No. It's going to look beautiful. It's going to look exciting. It's going to look fresh. And that just puts some colour into it. Put some thoughts into it. Put some like kind of passion back into it. Now what have I got up there? Purple. 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 Now let's get a little bit of purple going on in there. Can we give him like a purple kind of eyebrow. That would be funky, wouldn't it? Now you can see that this is going to be a very, very, very difficult thing to kind of make anything from it. But in the same way, you've got to start to think about how these drawings are evolving. Just drag, that's just getting a little bit too full there. But when it dries down, it's going to be beautiful. And I'm just going to work some of that in because I like what it's done over there, and I'm just going to try and bleed in some of that kind of purple color on the side of his head. Again, I'm just going to do a little bit more in there, just because I thought it actually looks really, really good. See, the mistake has actually turned into the highlight for me, because it actually turns into something very, very beautiful on the side there. Now, while we're waiting for that to dry, we're going to continue with the drawing. Now, this idea of him being some kind of freaky kind of clown kind of gives me nice excitement feel. You know, it kind of makes me feel like, well, what can we add to him? You know? Now, clowns always have those kind of ruffles on their neck, don't they? And I thought we could kind of add like a nice ruffle to him. So we started to talk about success, and I do think that a lot of people are getting very kind of hung up on this meaning that success is all about money. Success is not about money, you know? If somebody has a successful life, does that mean that they've made a lot of money? I don't really think so. There's a lot of people in this world that have made a lot of money and are very kind of unhappy about things, you know? There's lots of people that are driving around in a Tesla or a Jaguar, and some of them are really unhappy with their life. So it really does have to come down to the kind of like the happiness that you feel from your daily. And my daily is just incredible. My daily is the whole kind of feeling of making lines, and every line I just look at sometimes. I just draw a line and I look at it and I think, oh, it's so beautiful. Like already that big black splodge there could have been like a piece of artwork, you know? And of course artwork has different grades and different levels. You mean, you look at people like Banksy and stuff like that. I mean, he's making a fortune, and it's not really my cup of tea. It never really makes me, you know, like jump off my chair or something. Around here where I live, loads of people draw on the walls, and you know, it's not worth £1 million. So, but again, that's each and every person's perception of life. So yes, so successful, obviously, if you're making huge chunks of money, it means that you can draw more, and you can, you know, I mean, especially like ink and paper and stuff like that. I mean, it's getting very expensive to be an artist. So yeah, having that success makes life easier. Of course it does. But don't let the success of your career hang on financial. Otherwise, you'll always be chasing the financial. You know, numbers is a very, very bad thing for any artist anyway. You know, it's like in the morning when I wake up, you know, it's like the first thing I do is think, how many people watched my video yesterday? And I'll go on there and I'll look at it and they go, oh, 20 people. 20 people. Oh, I'm so disappointed. Oh, you know, 5 people watched it. I'm heartbroken. But who, you know, it's like I don't even know these 5 people or these 20 people. So why am I getting disappointed? You know? So the success of your artwork has to come from how you feel about it. You know, this painting already is very successful to me because I'm having great fun. I feel like I'm a 5-year-old child again. And to have that fun through your day without all the stress and worries of, then I find it's just incredible. I find it's beautiful. And I'm just kind of giving him a stripy jumper here. I thought it would be kind of nice to give him a nice black and white stripe. And this creativity. I kind of joked around at the beginning of like Brad Pitt and Julia Roberts, but their success is financial. Is Brad Pitt happy? Well, from all the stuff at the moment with him and his wife and all the stuff with his kids and stuff like that. Oh my God, I'm sure he's got tons of money, but he's going through a really hard time, poor guy. And it's the same with someone like Julia Roberts. Are they really happy, Well, I don't know. They have money, they have financial success, but financial success is only one way to look at things. If I got one of my videos suddenly has like 5,000 people watching it, I'm very, very happy. I feel even more happy, even more successful. But, you can't really gauge your work by how many people like it. But as a happy artist, yes. Yes, I am. Doing my job is such a luxury of life. And I get bills and stuff like that the same as other people, I still have to buy my food, I have to pay my bills and stuff like that. So yeah, I do need to make money to kind of stay alive. And that, I think, is one of the burdens of being an artist, that once you've kind of had your fun of being an artist, then you still have to go back to the real life and go and buy your food and stuff like that, You still have to do all those everyday things. And that can be very stressful. For me, the most stressful part of my week is going to the supermarket, I hate going to supermarkets. But it could be worse. I could have to work in a supermarket. I mean, some people love their job working in a supermarket, but it would drive me crazy. I would absolutely hate it. But then that's just because I'm that type of person. It doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. It just means I don't like supermarkets, Right. I'm going to dry down some of this ink, otherwise it will never dry. And sometimes it's fun to kind of throw ink on, but to get ink to dry is sometimes very difficult. Especially when I've got the windows open for the doors for Mr. Miro, because he's running around like a crazy lunatic over there at the moment. He's out chasing squirrels in the garden, And I'm also very very successful because I've got a very happy little dog, you know. That also adds to my feeling of success. The environment around you, the animals that are happy, the my dog is happy. I mean, how lucky am I to have that? You know, he's a beautiful little happy dog, slightly crazy, but maybe I've kind of influenced his craziness. Maybe, you know. But also, don't take your failures so serious. That's another part of success. Failures can really eat away at you. And everybody has failures. I've had failures. I have failures every week. So this drawing was supposedly a failure. And I'm hopefully going to turn it into a successful drawing. Doesn't really look like it at the moment, but what it does feel like is it feels like it's fun. And already it's starting to slowly grow. It's slowly starting to take shape into something. You know, I kind of like the. I love the way that sometimes these inks kind of bleed into each other. And bleeding ink, bleeding, two colors bleeding into each other is a very, very negative thing in the field of art. But I don't really see it that way. It's like, look at the way that ink's just touched there and it's just exploded. Look at it. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So the bleeding of the ink kind of just gives a very, very natural kind of flow to it. I'm just going to do the same over on this side, just giving him some. You know, those clowns always have those kind of crazy locks of hair on the side of their head, you know. Just kind of adding some of that to it. Look at the way look at the way the eyes just exploded like that. Almost like giving him eyelashes. That is just beautiful. Look at that. Oh, wow. I'm so happy I've done that. A successful drawing already. A successful experience already. Now, what have I got there on other colours? Because I'd really like to have like an orange nose or something. Have I got an orange? Purple too dark. Oh, that might be okay. Let's see if I can do that one. Huh. That's nice. Now it's starting to take shape. Now those eyebrows kind of went a little bit too dark, didn't they? So let's just see if we can kind of highlight them in a little bit. Can we add some? Oh, yes, yes, yes. 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 Now this is just like when you're at school and you've got, you got these crayons and stuff like that to play around with. It's just exciting. It's just like making things grow. And I need to have something over there. That big black area is too much at the moment. But we'll work on that in a minute. Let the ink kind of dry up a little bit there. I'm going to give some more ruffles on the end of his arms just to kind of keep that kind of clown feeling going. So please tell me of a story of some kind of art that you've been working on that was a failure, that you kind of kept working on it and it became a successful piece, because that's a very, very important lesson for you. I know that in a lot of people that paint, like oil painters and stuff like that, it can get very stressful because there's this kind of ugly stage that you really have to kind of fight through, and the ugly stage is just working through the process. It's like you will keep working on it and keep working on it, and you'll think, this is not working out, I give up. And then all of a sudden you'll just put one color down, or you'll wake up the next morning and you'll just think, oh, it's beautiful, it's just happened. And that's happened to me quite a few times with oil painting, that a lot of times I just I can't see how to save it, and then all of a sudden you put one color down and it just explodes into life. It's like you turn a corner almost. I hope you can see his little happy face up there. So, in your successful day, find happiness. Doesn't matter what job you're doing. If you're working in a supermarket, working in a gardening center, working on a building site, working as an artist, working as a whatever, find your happiness. Find that thing that makes the day beautiful. And then every day will start to be a successful day. Well, that's a bit of a philosophical day, wasn't it? But I think the question was a very kind of leading question. It was like a very difficult question to answer in. I think sometimes kind of people are waiting for some kind of godlike answer that there is an answer. There isn't an answer. Happiness is inside you, If you're unhappy and you're drawing, then you're gonna have a lot of unhappy feelings going into your drawing. That's just like, it's like if you're driving and you feel angry about something, you're gonna say, all right, move over, you. All right, that's my parking place. And I think that's the same with anything in life. I think if you kind of wake up and you think, Mr. Miro's so much more beautiful today. You know what? I'm going to have pineapple jam on my toast this morning, which is what I had this morning. I had pineapple jam. A friend of mine bought me an advent calendar, and every day is a different pot of jam. Wow! Man, they are just amazing. So every morning when I wake up, I have a different flavored jam. Apple caramel jam and pineapple jam, cherry jam. Every day is just an adventure. I mean, what a beautiful way to start your day. And yeah, having my pineapple jam today was just like, oh, what a beautiful start to a day. The small things in life. Treasure those small things. Pineapple jam, it comes in a tiny little jar. It's like, it makes the day beautiful. So yeah, enjoy every single thing. And try to wake up and kind of think of something that's special in your day. Whether it's your husband or your wife or your children or your dog or your pineapple jam, whatever you've got, you know. He's kind of funky. I'm kind of starting to like this guy, really. I do like those kind of crazy hairlines. I might even do them a little bit wilder, I think. The same on this side. It's lovely. Ha 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 ha. He's really beautiful. Alright, what kind of legs are we going to have him? Well, I guess clowns usually have kind of big baggy trousers, don't they? So let's get in there and do some... What I'll try and do is once it's dried, I'll try and put a picture... Oh, I've got a black nose. Put a picture on at the end of the actual final thing once it's dried. Because I think that'll be quite a beautiful thing for everybody to see. I'm going to give him really baggy trousers. Maybe I can put like stars on his trousers or something like that. Just get those kind of ruffles back on the ends of his trousers. Just to keep that theme going. Maybe you're drawing a clown today. Are you drawing a clown with me today? Are you? I hope so. I hope you're inventing some kind of crazy clown. Because again, you can do whatever you want. You can put stripes on his trousers or stars on his trousers. Whatever you want. Whatever makes you happy. But some days it can be true that, you know, when you wake up and you look at your success rate on YouTube, it can be very, very kind of distracting sometimes. It's kind of like you're kind of looking at, oh no, I made my mustache black. It can be a little bit like, you know, you're looking at your numbers and you're looking, well, I only got 5 people like my drawing. I'm a failure. Well, if that's you, because sometimes it's me, then look at the drawing that you did yesterday and say, was it a good drawing? Are you happy with that drawing? Like today, I mean, how cool is today's drawing? We have no idea where we're going with this. And we have no idea what he's going to look like when he's finished. I really do like that though. In fact, it's also kind of strange because sometimes I put up a drawing and I'll think, oh, this is my best drawing ever. This is something that I really love. And then nobody likes it. And then I put up one that I'm really not happy with and I think, oh, I shouldn't even put that up. And then everybody loves it. It's like, what? Sometimes it can be a bit crazy. Cool. See, even he looks happy. Look at the way he's dancing around there. Look. with his big kind of star-spangled trousers. Bending my nib back there, starting to get a bit deformed. You see me do that sometimes. I turn my nib over, push it back down, and kind of crush it back into shape. Very unprofessional, I might say, but it works. This is going to be a long video today. I'm sorry about that. Didn't think it was going to be this long, but I was just feeling extra successful. If you know what I mean. Extra happy. Very cool. Right, we really need to dry that face out, don't we? And that's the ruffles. Cool. Big fat boots on. That's his big happy boots. Look at those boots. Lovely. Oh, that's kind of a crazy drawing, isn't it, today? That looks cool. That looks really, really cool. I'm really happy with that. So, a successful drawing from a failure. It started off as a failure piece from yesterday that I just kind of threw on the side. And we turned him into a happy dancing clown. He is the face of success. That's what he is. Right, I really need to let that dry, and then we'll come back and finish it off in 5 minutes time. Okay, it's dried, but it didn't dry the way I wanted it, so I'm going to try and put some pastels on there, just oil pastels, just to kind of get that effect that I was looking for, and it just bring the colors up a little bit more. So the ink didn't really do the job. I'm very disappointed with that, but it gave me the chance to get these pastels and get all that color up. Same colors as we put down. And, you know, like I'm saying, it's like these are not failures. These are explorations. This is you exploring all the different avenues for your artwork. And now that I'm putting the pastels on, I feel even better with it. I feel what a beautiful adventure it's taken. Got ink all over me. Where did that come from? From there. So, getting your yellow pastels. These are just cheap pastels, like from a kind of kids art shop. They're not anything expensive, so don't get into paying a fortune for, especially when you're trying things out. The best way to do it, the best way always to do it, is to start off with something and kind of feel your way. Lovely. Just start to explore what a pastel does. Look at that, it's fantastic, look at it. I should have thought of pastels to begin with. What? And there's these orange eyebrows. Fabulous. Where's a nice red? Oh, I've got a nice red. Lovely. I'm going to go around and get those big lips. Lovely. Fantastic. Look at that. And you can get a little bit of a red glow on his cheeks here. What a wonderful way just to explore. A great way to learn. When you're exploring crayons or paint or colors, you're exploring everything. You're going through all these areas that you don't know. What an incredible way to do things. You've got all this blue that's coming out here. We could even drag some of those blue lines out to kind of make his hair look even more kind of 3D dimensional, you know? Look at that. What a fantastic way to do things. We're going to give him some blue eyes right in the middle. What a really, really cool way. I'm even tempted just to kind of put some... Oh, maybe it's too... Oh, what a beautiful feeling from him, though. He's got that real kind of makeup feeling. Now I've added that. Now, I'm going to get... I really want to make the eyes stand out, and I'm going to... So, there is our successful clown. And I really enjoyed it. And the point of success is the enjoyment that we had making this. The enjoyment that we went through learning all these different processes. And if you can get from your artwork a sense of enjoyment. Look at these fingers. Look at these hands. Look. Is that enjoyment? So, take your success from the way that you work and the way that you feel. If you walk away from your drawing and you feel enlightened, if you feel beautiful, if you feel like you could just dance around, that's success. That is what success is. It's not about all that money raining from the sky. Although that helps out. If it rains money, cool. But on the way, finding that success is about finding happiness. Happiness in every single piece that you do. I'm very, very happy with today's drawing. I'm very happy with the whole feelings of it. And now, I'm going to go and draw something else. And I'm going to carry that feeling of happiness, that feeling of success through the rest of my day. And I wish you a beautiful day. Find happiness and you will be successful. Just like Julia Roberts, right? I can't believe I said that. Oh my God. Right, so have a fantastic day, okay? And get your fingers all muddy and gooey and messy, alright? That makes you feel good. I'll see you again very, 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 very soon. Bye-bye.